Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Narzri. I'm from English Education Department 5C. In this video, I want to explain my research journal and the title of account. Okay, the first is the characteristic account and episode. An episode will often have a recognizable beginning and end, and the sequence of action that make up it will have meaning for the participant. Episodes might vary in duration and reflect innumerable aspects of life. A student who enters elementary school at 7 and left at 11 will be an extended episode. An account is a personal record of the event we experience in our daily life, or conversation with neighbor, or letter to friend, or entries in a diary. Accounts serve to explain past, present, and future-oriented action. And next is the 5 principles in the ETHAGONIC approach. The first is an explicit distinction is drawn between synchronic analysis. There is the analysis of social practice and institution as they exist at any one time, and diachronic analysis, the study of the state and the process by which social practice and institution are created and abandoned, changed and are changed. Neither type of analysis can be expected to lead directly to the discovery of universal social psychological principles or law. And the second is in social interaction. It is assumed that action take place through endowing intersubjective entities with meaning. The ETHAGONIC approach therefore concentrates upon the meaning system, that is, the word sequence by which a social act is achieved in an episode. Consider, for example, the action of a kiss in the particular episode of leaving a friend, host the passing out break at Stakar, and the meeting in the Garden of Gethsemane. And the next is the ETHAGONIC approach is concerned with speech which accompanies action. The speech is intended to make the action intelligible and justifiable in occurring at the time and the place it did in the whole sequence of unfolding and coordinated action. Such speech is accounting. Insofar as accounts are socially meaningful, it is possible to derive account of account. And the next is the ETHAGONIC approach is founded upon the belief that human beings tend to be the kind of person their language, their tradition, their tacit and explicit knowledge tell them they are. And the last is the skills that are employed in ETHAGONIC studies therefore make use of common sense understanding of the social world. As such, the activities of the poets and the playwrights offer the ETHAGONIC research a better model than those of the physical scientists. Okay, the next is the ACT method to deal with recording records account by keyword. The first is the total pattern of choice. The frequency of choice of various items permits some surface generalization about the participant. Take as a group. And next, the similarities and difference. Using the sum technique as in the first method, it is possible to investigate similarities and difference within the total sample of account according to some characteristic of the participant. And next is grouping items together. It might be convenient for some purpose to fuse together categories that cover similar subject matter. And next is categorization of content. The content of a particular item is inspected for the total sample, and an attempt is then made to develop some categories into which all the material will fit. And next is the tracing attempt. This type of analysis transcends the rather artificial boundaries which the item themselves imply. And the next is the study of omission. The researcher might well have expectations about the kind of issues likely to occur in the interview. And the next is reconstruction of a social life board. This method can be applied to the account of a number of people who have part of their life in common. For example, a group of friends who go around together. And the last is generating and testing hypotheses. New hypotheses might occur to the researcher during the analysis of the tape recording. It is possible to do more than simply advise as a result of tentative impression. One can loosely apply the hypothetical deductive method to the data. Okay, the next is the network analysis of qualitative data. Another technique that has been successfully employed in the analysis of qualitative data is described by its originator as systematic network analysis by Bliss et al. 1983. Drawing upon development in artificial intelligence, Bliss and her colleagues employed the concept of relational network to reason the content and structuring of a person's knowledge of a particular domain. Essentially, network analysis involves the development of an elaborated system of categories by way of classifying qualitative data and perceiving the essential complexity and subtlety of the material under investigation. Okay, the last explanation. It is about the strength of the ETHAGONIC approach. The advantage of the ETHAGONIC approach to the educational research lie in the distinctive insights that are made available to her through the analysis of account of social episodes. The benefits to be derived from the exploration of account are best seen by contrasting the ETHAGONIC approach with a more traditional educational technique. Okay, I think this is my explanation. Thank you for your watching, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.